Are you a new parent or maybe know someone who is, and you're looking for a way to track feedings, diaper changes, naps, and pumping without handing all that data over some random company's cloud? Let me show you SproutTrack. SproutTrack is a self-hosted, mobile-first baby tracking application that lets parents and caregivers log diapers, feeding, naps, pumping sessions, and milestones, all from a beautiful web interface that you own and control. I'm your host, Evan. Let's look at SproutTrack. Before I deploy SproutTrack, I'm going to want to create a dataset for all of its data to live on in TrueNAS. Clicking on Datasets in the left side, I'm going to go to my Tack configs directory, and I'm going to add a dataset by clicking the Add Dataset button on the top right. I'm going to call it SproutTrack. Leave the dataset preset as generic and click Save. In the very bottom right, the box that says Permissions, click the Edit button. Change the group to Apps, and then give apps permissions by making sure all three checkboxes in group are checked, and remove everyone else's permissions by unchecking these boxes. Click Apply Group, and then click Save. Now let's deploy SproutTrack. Jumping over to the wiki and looking at the SproutTrack page, we can see that deploying SproutTrack is a little bit different than doing it with a regular Docker Compose file. We have to clone the entire Git repository in order to get all the files we need. Now, this assumes you've already used something like Dockge and you have all of your Docker Compose files in a directory called stacks. If you want to know about setting this up, go ahead and watch our Dockge video. I'll include a link in the video description below. Assuming you already have this set up, let's navigate over to TrueNAS, then go to System and Shell. First, become root by typing in sudo su. Now I need to cd into my stacks directory. For me, that's in my apps pool. So the command will be cd/mount/pool name, which for me is apps/stacks. When I do an ls-l, I can see all the other stacks that are in here. Now I need to jump back to the wiki and copy this whole command and then run it in the shell. If you see this, you know it worked. Now I can go over to my apps, go into my Dockge interface, and I should see SproutTrack on the left side. If you don't see this, be sure to refresh your Dockge page. Now we need to edit this Docker Compose just a little bit so it uses the datasets that I just created. In the volume section over here, we need to add where I put my dataset in front of both DB data and ENV data. Now I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it right below. In the event you don't have port 3000 open, you can change the port number up here. At the very bottom, remove the volumes and the networks part. Now your Docker Compose file should look just like this, and we can go ahead and click Deploy. Because it's actually running the Docker build command on your system, this is not like a normal Docker Compose file where it's just pulling data and starting it. It may take a while, so be patient until this blue pill turns to healthy, and then go ahead and click port 3000 to jump into the web UI. We are brought to the login screen where there's a security pin, and the default is 111222. Now we get to create our family, and it automatically creates a family URL for me, and I'm going to click Next, and I'm going to click Next. Now I'll add the information for my baby. We have some options here for feed time warnings and diaper warnings, and this basically is just going to change how the UI appears depending on how much time has passed. I'll leave these defaulted, but you can always change them later in the settings. Once you're on the dashboard, you'll notice the interface is pretty simplistic. It's easy to just add any event that I do with my baby by clicking any of these activities and filling out the fields prompted. Let me go ahead and add more events to show you how it would look if I use this regularly. You'll notice at the top of the important options like feeding, there is a red timer. It's red due to the time I set when I first set up the dashboard, and I can easily just add another recent log to make it green. On the full logs page, it shows me a more compacted feed of what we've done on the dashboard, and I can filter by days or activity if I want. On the calendar page, this is where we can set events that anyone allowed to access this dashboard can see. This can be extremely helpful for sleep-deprived parents who need reminders and an easy way to let others know where and when your baby needs to be. On the reports page, there are plenty of helpful and satisfying statistics that are counted for every log. By going into settings, You can also add or modify any settings you see here. Advanced settings are in the Family Manager page. The default password is admin. Looking at the project health of SproutTrack, it has about 218 stars, 21 forks, and 1100 commits. The latest version is 96.30, which includes a security patch for the Next.js vulnerability. Looking at the commit history, this project has been very actively developed. Over 1100 commits tells me the developer is putting real work into this. They're shipping regular updates, handling security patches quickly, and the version numbers have been climbing through 0.94 and 0.96 releases. That's exactly the kind of momentum you want to see in a project you're trusting with your family's data. There are about 23 open issues right now, which is normal for a project this active. SproutTrack is one of those apps that solves a very specific problem and does it really well. If you're a new parent or expecting, and you're already running a home lab, this is a no-brainer. You get a beautiful, easy-to-use tracker that your whole family can access, your data stays on your server, and deployment takes about 5 minutes. If you found this helpful, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video we release. If you want to see content YouTube won't let us show you about media management, head over to Patreon. There's a link in the video description below. Are you interested in self-hosting your family's photos? Go watch my video on Photo Prism. That'll show you how to keep all of your pictures of your child private. I'll put a link in the video description below. Are you a parent who tracks your baby's activities? What app or method are you using, self-hosted or otherwise? Let me know in the comment below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, stay curious.